Salutations. My name is Summer, and this is Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats. And I wanted to do a tag. Sylvie! Finally get to see her. My book's in her spot. She likes to sit up here while I'm doing stuff. Okay, so I wanted to do a book tag. It's the Book Addiction book tag. And I believe the original tag was by Elaine Howlin. I will put her name in the description just in case I mispronounced her name. Number 1, what is the longest amount of time you can go without picking up a book? And I kind of feel like that's a trick question. I work full time, so of course I can't pick up a book while I'm working, but when I come home, I'm ready. I take care of the cats and whatever I need to take care of, and when I relax, I pick up a book. How many books do you carry on your person at any one time? So it depends on how close I am to, I can't believe Sylvie's, close to finishing a book. So if I'm almost finished with one book, I'll carry 2 with me. And I always have a book in my car. And the sad thing is since it's in my car, and I never read in my car, Silas Marner by George Eliot has been in my glove compartment for 2 years, and I need to switch it out so that I eventually read it. 3, do you keep every book you buy, or are you happy to pass them along? I am happy to pass books along, but if I love a book, I'll buy a second copy to give to somebody, because I usually underline, and if I love it, I'm gonna mark it up. So yeah, if I love a book, I will get a second copy. But yeah, I'm happy to give people books to pass them along. Number 4, how long would you spend in a bookshop on a standard visit? I could spend all day in a bookshop, but I guess it depends on how much money I had and how much time I had. So usually when I go to a store, I'm in and out. I know what I want. I don't like to spend a bunch of time, but in a bookstore, I could browse all day. How much time per day do you actually spend reading? So like I said, I work full time. And on a work day, I'd say I spend about 4 hours reading. Because that's, after you come home and you eat and you take a bath, blah, blah, blah. Probably about 4 hours a night. But on my day off, if I'm home, I can read all day. Number 6, where does the task of picking up a book appear on your daily to-do list? It's never a task. I'm always picking up a book. It's very high. It's a very high priority for me. Number 7, how many books do you reckon you own in a total, including ebooks? I have probably 50 ebooks on my Kindle, but I forget that they're on there. I just forget. Regular physical books, last time I counted, I think it was over 1,700, and that was years ago when, and I had been to a bunch of library book sales, and I could pick up 50 or so books at a library book sale. So I'm guessing around 2,000. How often do you bring up books in conversation? All the time. I love talking about books. If I'm not talking about my cats, I'm talking about books. What is the biggest book page count you have finished? I had to go through. At first, I picked up Roots by Alex Haley because it's huge, but it's not as long as it looks. And then I picked up The Stand, and I believe it was 1,320 pages. And then I picked up It, and it's like 1,372 pages or something. It's a little bit longer than The Stand, but the winner was Sacagawea, however you pronounce it, by Anne Lee Waldo. And it is 1,408 pages, and it's a fantastic book. It's one that I've been wanting to reread because I read it in 98. I was so young when I read it. It would be a whole new experience. So, yeah, I recommend it. Even though it's been so long ago, I loved it. My mom loved it. I'm not sure if my sister read this one or not. 11. Oh, no, 10. Is there a book you had to get your hands on against all odds? I'm not that type of person. I can wait for a book. I'm really excited about Frederick Backman's new book coming out this month, I believe the 18th, Anxious People. And I guess it's about a bank robbery that never happens or something like that. I pre-ordered it. I'm ready. I'm hoping it doesn't get pushed back like a lot of other books have because of everything that's going on. A book you struggled to finish but refused to DNF. I kind of ignored this question when I wrote it down. A book that I struggled to finish but didn't DNF. Well, I mean, Lord of Rings, I struggled through that. And I'm glad that I read it. I don't know. Number 12, what are 3 of your main book goals for the year? To read 100 books, which I've read 97, I believe now. So I only have to read a couple more books and that goal will be completed. The Great American Reads list. I've been working my way through those for the past 2 years, just reading a book or so a month, and maybe I'll be able to. I ordered some from the library, some books off the list, so maybe I'll be able to get to that and read more of those. Plus, I did a video on what am I waiting for books that I've had for 19 years or so. And actually, I'm reading one right now, The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison, and I'm loving it. And here's the thing about Toni Morrison. I've never been a fan of hers. Her books were okay, but depressing. But now that I'm reading The Bluest Eye, I'm thinking I was too young. I mean, me personally, I feel like I was too young when I read them. So reading them now as a 41-year-old, I think I'll understand them more because Beloved, I was so confused. And I think now as an adult, instead of a teenager or 20 or however old I was, I'm thinking that would be a better experience. So I'm going to try to reread. I read Sula and I read Beloved. And I don't know if I read anything else of hers or not. Off the top of my head, I can't think of another one. So, but yes, what am I waiting for books? Now that I've almost reached my goal, I need to get a lot of big books out of the way that I love big books anyway. So, yeah, so if you watch this, you are tagged, and I'd love to hear about if you're a book addict. I'm guessing you are. If you're watching this video, I'm guessing you love books or you'd be bored to death. So, yeah, let me know if you're doing this tag or if you've read any of these books. I've only mentioned 2 books in here. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. Bye.